Good morning, class. Today I am going to talk about verb aspects, which is an important concept in English grammar. In one of my earlier videos, I had explained the tense in English. Here we are studying all the aspects or all the concepts that are related to the verbs. Okay, so tense was something related to the verb, that is, it is the form of the verb that indicates the time of the action. And there we have come to know that there are only two tenses in English. One is the present tense and the other one is the past tense. There is no such thing as the future tense in English. Of course, in English one has to talk about the future time, but there are different ways like shall, will, be going to, etc., with the help of which we can talk about the future arrangement, the future time in a sentence. Now, in traditional grammar, there is something like present continuous tense, past continuous tense, present perfect tense, or past perfect tense, etc., etc. Now, that is not actually tense, that is the aspect. So, in this video, I am going to actually introduce you to the concept of aspect in English grammar, which is related to the verb. So, this aspect is how the time of the verb is considered, regarded, that is, whether something is complete, time of the action, whether it is complete, the action is complete, or in progress, or showing duration, kalavati, right? So there is some arrangement of the verb, some construction related to the verb that throws light on these things, that is, whether the action is complete, whether it is in progress, whether it continues, it is in continuation, or whether it shows the duration, and that is known as the verb aspect. Mainly there are two types of aspects in English: perfective aspect and the progressive aspect. Now, what is perfective aspect? The perfective aspect or perfect aspect is, it is formed, it is constructed with the help of the auxiliary verb have, right? So have is the crucial element. This primary auxiliary verb have is the crucial element in the formation of, in the construction of the perfective aspect, right? How this is formed? The present perfective, in the table it is there. In the present perfective, the present perfective is primarily used for an action continuing up to the present. Continuing up to the present means the action is the action has started in future and it continues till the time of speaking. It continues to the present. So the aspect, the perfective aspect is related to the action that has started in the past, but it is related to the present time. Either it continues in the present time, or it has some relevance, it has some relationship to the present time. So that is known as the perfective aspect. Now this perfective aspect, as I told you, is constructed with the help of the primary auxiliary verb have. And this aspect, that is perfective aspect, is of two types. Number one, the present perfective. As you see on your screen there is a table. There is actually a square, and in that block you can see two types of the perfective aspect. Which are those? The present perfective and the past perfective. Now, when to use the present perfective aspect? The present perfective aspect is mainly used for an action continuing up to the present. That is the meaning of the current relevance, and it is in contrast to the past tense. Now, what happens in past tense? The action has started in the past, it has been completed in the past. Okay, something that has started in the past and completed and finished in the past, we use past tense. Okay, but there is something that has started in the past but is not over, it's not finished, it continues to the present. That is the current relevance. It is related to, it is applicable to the present time also. In that condition, perfective aspect is used. For example, here we have two sentences. I have lived in Bonn for a year. That is have plus lived. Have plus past participle of the verb. That is the perfective aspect. That is the present perfective aspect. What is the formula for the present perfective aspect? Have plus pp. Have plus past participle of the verb. So I have lived in Bonn for a year. That means I still live in Bonn. Current relevance. Action started in the past of living in Bonn and continues to the present. Current relevance. The action is not over. So this is the aspect. That is the present perfect aspect. I have lived in Bonn for a year. In bracket, the meaning is given. It means I still live in Bonn. I still live in Bonn. Then the second sentence, the next sentence, I lived in Bonn for a year. So it is past tense. This is past tense. Lived in Bonn for a year. That means the action is over, completed, finished in the past. I no longer live in Bonn. So it means I no longer live in Bonn. So here, by contrast with the past tense, we can understand the present perfect aspect. Have plus pp of the main verb. That is, it means something has started in the past but it continues, it has current relevance. Okay, present perfective aspect. Then the second type of perfective aspect is the past perfective aspect. Now, what is past perfective? This past perfective expresses anterior time, past of the past. Okay, but referring to the past tense, anterior time, past of the past. For example, I was sorry that I had missed seeing John. I was sorry. So was in the past tense, and before that, so the speaker is talking about past of the past. So it means I had missed seeing John. Had plus pp of the main verb. I was sorry that I had missed seeing John. So this is past of the past. specific events, states, avastha, and habitual actions can all be expressed using the perfective aspect. So when can it be used? It can be used for events, states, habitual actions. For example, he has had built a car. This is event. He has built a car, or this is present perfective aspect, or he had built a car, past perfective aspect. The house has been empty for years. This is state, avastha. The house has been empty for years, or this house had been empty for years, present perfective or past perfective. He has had done it often. He has done it often, or he had done it often, present perfective, past perfective. So this is habitual. In this way we can use this present perfective and past perfective aspect for event, states, and habitual actions. Then often we study English grammar by looking at the two major varieties of English. One is American English and the other one is British English. So in American English, there is a tendency to use the past tense instead of the present perfective aspect. So they use past tense more compared to the present perfective aspect. Whereas in British English, the perfective aspect is used more than the use of the past tense. In American English, did you eat? Past tense. But in British English, it is have you eaten? Present perfect aspect. Did you ever see Lear? Lear is King Lear, the great tragedy by William Shakespeare. So did you ever see Lear? Past tense. Have you ever seen Lear? Present perfect aspect. You told me already. Past tense. You have told me already. Present perfect aspect. Have plus told. Did they come home yet? Past tense. Have they come home yet? Present perfect aspect. Okay. So this is the slight difference in usage. They prefer, that is the British prefer present perfect aspect, whereas the Americans, they prefer the past tense, that is simple past tense. So this is a very brief introduction to aspects and also the first category of aspect, that is present perfect aspect. In the next video we will be talking about the progressive aspect and its categories, its types. Thank you.